So I'm doing my capstone project on how to make a rap song. So the first step is to find a beat, otherwise known as an instrumental. After you found the beat, you want to download it. This is really easy if you find it on YouTube, for example, which has a lot of really talented producers. After that, you're going to want to start writing the lyrics, which is the main kind of creative part of it. The lyrics consist of a verse and a hook, multiple verses and a hook. A hook is a part of a song that will play kind of over and over again in between the verses, and it's the same part. It's supposed to be something kind of catchy that will get people hooked. That's why it's called the hook. And the verse is the main part of the song, the real like creative part of it. After that, you're going to want to edit your lyrics because you should never just do something once over and then leave it. You should always edit, and I guarantee if you do that, it's going to be better. After you have your final lyrics, you're going to want to record them, preferably with a good mic. The mic I'm using right now is my headset mic, which I don't use to record. I have a Scarlett mic, which is not hooked up right now, but when I do record, I use that. And the program I use for recording is called Audacity right here. It's like an audio editing software thing, and it works out really well for me. After you record the lyrics and you have the beat, you go into an audio editing software like FL Studio, which I use. You put the beat and the lyrics and you try to sync them up as well as you can. Then after you try to sync them up, you go over it again, edit, make sure everything, the volume's right, whatever. Then you export it into an MP3 file, so it becomes an actual audio file. It becomes an actual song. You're going to want to keep, when you find your instrumental, you're going to want to keep the producer's name in mind because it's important to credit them. Then you release it on the site of your choice. You can do this on, I do it on SoundCloud, which is a music app. But there are a lot of different ones like Spotify. You can release it on YouTube. Big artists just release it on everything. I release some of my songs on SoundCloud and YouTube, but it's mainly SoundCloud because it's just a lot easier. That's the general process, and I'm going to be going in to more detail on this later on. So this is the first step of making a song, finding the instrumental. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of talented producers on YouTube, and this is one of them that I really love. His name's Lethal Needle. He makes amazing beats, and if you look at my SoundCloud, I pretty much exclusively use his beats because they're so good. I already found one because I didn't want to spend this time looking for one. It's called Sail. Here's just a little snippet of it. So, once you found your beat, you want to download it. And we do this with a little site called youtubemate.com. Copy paste the link, Control C into here, Control V. There are a lot of different ways you can do this: video, MP3, and audio. We don't want the video, we just want the audio, so go to MP3, download, download, and show in folder. Give a little snippet of that. And there you go. Just something I wanted to mention before we move forward with the rest of this is that I would recommend creating a folder for your song, and all the lyrics and all the sound, just put it in there, because if you just export it onto your desktop, as you can see, my desktop's really messy, and it's easy to kind of get stuff misplaced. Alright, so now that we have our beat and our folder all set up, I'm going to start the writing process, and I'm going to start with the hook because I like starting with the hook. I think they're easier to write. I'm going to go into the song folder and create a new text document. We're going to call this lyrics. Open this up, it's clean, give ourselves a little more room here. Open up this and right click, left click loop, and as you can see, that's checked now. This means when it gets to the end of the song, And it goes back and just keeps going. Alright, so as I was writing this, I realized that there's another thing I can talk about. The first line I wrote is sailing through the sand dunes with my sand goons. There's actually a site which helps you find words that rhyme with each other called Rhyme Zone. Look up goon, and June, moon, noon, tune, balloon, cocoon, immune. This is a really helpful tool. This is a really important tool that I use for all my songs, and I'm about to use it to come up with the hook. So I just finished writing the hook. It didn't take too long. It's usually a lot easier to write a hook than a verse. There are a couple of things I want to go over here. First of all is the first and last line, which you'll notice are the same. That's actually a line from a Fleetwood Mac song called Little Lies. The reason I'm using it is it's an example of what we would call a sample in rap. A sample is when you take a line from another song or an instrumental from another song and you use it, but you kind of repurpose it for your own song. Other than that, the main body is not too complicated. The rhyme scheme I use here are words like eyes, skies, sublime. I decided to do that because on Rhyme Zone I saw summertime, and this beat gives me summertime vibes. I just finished writing the first verse of the song. I edited the hook a little bit. The rhyme scheme I use here is words that rhyme with position, television, vision, kitchen, musician, etc. One thing to kind of think about here is I shortened words a lot from, so for example, like this says brothers going missing. It's not brothers going missing because that doesn't flow as well with the beat. But I try to keep that in mind a lot. After this, I only have one more verse to write. This hook is going to be playing on repeat, so it's going to look something like this. Here, and then it's going to play 3 times, and then I'm going to have my other verse, which is completely different from this one. Unique verse here. When I start recording this, I'm going to open up Audacity. You'd play the beat on loop. Let's just say I have my good mic plugged in. So you do that, and then you hit the record button right here. You have Audacity here. I'll have the lyrics right here because that's physically where my mic is. And then I bring the mic a little forward, sit in my chair, and start rapping. I don't do the whole song in one go because I stumble a lot. Going the whole way through is kind of challenging, so I like to record the hook as one audio, and then I'll record this and then the other verse. And you don't have to record the hook 3 times because you can just reuse the same for the other parts of the song. Alright, so the song is officially written completely and edited. I just finished writing the second verse and I'm really happy with it. These verses are shorter than I'd normally do. The hooks and the verses go well together, I think. It fits really well with the beat. And we're going to start recording now. I'm getting pretty close to the recording process, so I thought I would give a little tour of the hardware that I'm going to be using, because I've only showed software to this point, and before I start recording I thought I'd give a little rundown of that. These are my headphones. This is the mic I've been recording with. This is just my normal headset that I use every day. My keyboard, everything, monitor. Those are the lyrics that I use. That's the hook I just wrote. This is a Scarlett microphone, vocal recording microphone. Here are my recording headphones. This is what I listen to the beat with while I record. Both of these are hooked up to this thing that has little dials. On the left is where the mic's hooked up, and on the right is where the headset is. So I just put those headphones on and then start recording in Audacity and just start rapping. I have to unplug these before I record because you can't have 2 headphones in and 2 mics in at the same time. It just doesn't work. So this is what it's going to look like as I'm recording. Got the lyrics there, I have Audacity there. And you just click this record button when you want to start. And then as you can see, it's recording what I say right now on that thing. Every time I talk, those things are created. So yeah, that's That's the process. I'll get back to another angle and start recording now. Alright, this is take one. Trying to record the hook. Play the beat. Hit record. And we're rolling. Soda lime, middle of the summertime, it's sublime. Brothers doing crimes, prime time, make a couple dimes, always in the sky, so patient, but I'm losing my mind. Alright. That was actually perfect. It went a lot better than normal. Normally I have to do a verse a couple times to get it right, but that sounded good to me. Okay, I switched back to my headset mic. I listened back to it when I was still on the other mic and it sounded really good. So, what we're going to do with this is go to File, Export as MP3, which is just a type of audio file. Gonna name this hook. This is going to my desktop. Save. Okay. It appears right here and we can listen back to that. And we're rolling. Need to wait for the... Drag this into the folder I have for this song to keep everything organized, and I'll see you guys when I record the rest of it. I'm back on my headset mic. I just finished recording both of the verses. It went, just like the hook, it went better than I thought it would. I had to record the second one a couple times, like 2 or 3, but the verse one I got done on the first try. So now we have all the vocals that we need. We have the hook and the verse and the second verse, and it's going to go hook, verse, hook, verse, hook to end out the song. So drag this into, make a folder called vocals, verse 1, verse 2, and the hook. We have all the parts we need for the song now. So we have all of our raw stuff that we need to create the song. So we're just going to be putting that together. Here is FL Studio, which is an audio editing software. Go into our song folder. First we're going to drag the beat in, and we can play it with this button. We're going to drag the hook and the verses in. What we're trying to do here is just line the vocals up with the beat. So I'm going to drag the hook in right here. And this is all just me talking to you guys, so that we don't actually need that. I'm going to cut that. Let's see here. Tell me lies, lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Diamond eyes with the pretty skies, it's sublime. Rhymes blow a brother up. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Diamond eyes. Tell me lies, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies with the tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Okay, so I'm trying to line up the tell me lies with where the beat drops right here. And I can go do this. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Diamond eyes with the pretty skies, it's sublime. Yeah, so I always start recording before I actually rap, so that I can just cut that stuff out. Sweet little lies. All this light, all this light, I'm emitting, pimping out, but all this light, I'm emitting, pimping out butterflies, put me in a position. All this light, I'm emitting, pimping out butterflies, put me in a good position. This can go forward. This can go forward a little bit. As you can see, try to line up. Just visually, you're trying to line this thing up with this thing. All this light, I'm emitting. Let's see how this sounds. Pimping out butterflies, put me in a good position. Whipping with musicians in the kitchen while we watching television. Politicians kidding, they ain't got no recognition of my vision. That sounds good. What we're going for here is hook, verse, hook, verse, hook. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Diamond eyes with the pretty skies, it's sublime. Rhymes blow a brother up, it's about time. So that definitely matches it better back here. Let's see how the beginning sounds. I'ma get it when I'm living. Sounds good. So now we go on to the second verse. And actually, so it doesn't look like there's actually enough room for a hook here, depending on how long this verse is. Let's see. Okay. So I guess this can end on a verse unless, because that doesn't look long enough for a hook. You kind of want to end your lyrics around like this point in the beat But let's try to line this up for now.
I'm losing my mind. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna take the end parts of this, which is just me talking, and I'm gonna put it at the end of the beat, so that just feels more kind of full. Let's see how that sounds.
Go break, ain't he dangerous? Hit record, and we're rolling. You need to wait for the part of the beat that you want to line your lyrics up with, so that's what I'm doing right now. You'll notice when I start rapping.
Alright, I like that. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna listen to this fully once over and maybe edit it a little bit, but I'll see you guys when it's time to export this and make it a real song. Okay, so I finished the song. I didn't do that much in there. And after I was done, all you do is click File, Export, MP3. This really the same thing we did in Audacity. I gave the song a name as well, Changin'. That's one of the words I rhyme in the first verse, I think. So this is the final stage where I published the song. I found an image for it, which is this. This goes really well with it. I don't really like that watermark there, but what are you gonna do? I'm publishing it on SoundCloud, like I do with all my music. So open this up, upload, choose files to upload, changing. It's uploading here. We're gonna choose the image, which is this, and that looks nice. And then in square brackets, prod, short for produced, lethal needle. Genre is going to be, and you have it on public, and I think that's it. Listen to a little bit.
Tell me sweet little lies, times always tell me lies. All this light I'm emitting, pimping out butterflies, put me in a good position. Whip it with musicians in the kitchen while we watching television.
And that's how you make a rap song and publish it.